How you going, man?
Love cleaning that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, have you ever come by and cleaned this?
Really?
Ah, man. It's a joke. How do you work around the needles?
This place is an absolute crime scene. Previously on the channel, I would have struggled a lot with this stuff. So there's only one tool for the job. This plant can do so much.
Gary.
Come have a look at this. Hey guys, welcome back to the Garden Rescue. And if you're new here, my name is Guillaume. And if you're here to see a garden makeover, you're in the right place. So I started the week on Monday with my usual drive through the neighbourhood, where it normally takes me about 2 hours at most to find one of these properties. I ended up driving for 6 hours without finding a place. So I came home very upset. For a minute, I thought every single garden in South Australia was fully clean, and I started panicking. Luckily, one of my friends came through with this property that he had recently walked past in his suburb, and it was a bit of a doozy. This was about a 45-minute drive from my place, but I was willing to drive to the other side of Australia at this point. So we got to work first thing Tuesday, and I have never worked in such a friendly neighbourhood before. I had multiple encounters with neighbours coming out and offering me drinks and snacks and thanking me for my work here. And they even told me a little bit about the place. For starters, it has been abandoned for 25 years. So they've had to put up with this place for quite a while. And there have been multiple complaints in with the council and nothing's really been done. Then the situation with the homeowner is also complicated with multiple disputes over the property. So it was obviously attracting a great deal of bad behavior. And of course, the garden was completely overgrown, and that's where we come in. And I thought we'd get this place looking a lot nicer for the street and hopefully deter some of that bad behavior. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Stick around to the end for the before and after photos, and don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content. It's completely free and it really helps the channel a lot. You can also press the like button and also the hype button, but only if you like what I do. And also a huge thank you to a very special supporter of the channel who wanted to remain anonymous. We have got a present in this week's episode. And a huge thank you to the rest of you. I wish I could give you all a big hug because none of this is possible without you. Anyway, enough carrying on like a pork chop. Let's get straight into the video. Hello.
Come here.
Good boy. How you going, man?
Good, mate.
Yeah, good. So I just had a random question for you. My name's Guillaume. Do you know anything about that property across the road there?
Not really.
Nah?
I only know that it's
just
been there for a long time.
Oh yeah, I was just going to try and get someone sort of okay to clean it up.
No, they ring the council every fucking like 6 months or something and suss out.
Yeah. So it's been like that forever?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, right.
Well,
You don't get any squatters or anything?
Oh, every now and then you get people in there, but we wrote her a letter because there's no email address, no phone number through the council.
Yeah.
We wrote her a letter with this PO box and they never got back to us.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it's just...
Well, if you don't mind, man, I might just clean it up, make the street look a bit nicer.
Yeah?
Yeah, sweet. Alright, well, you'll see me through the week working there, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, cool, man. This place is an absolute crime scene, so we're going to have to do something about that. The first course of action is going to be sorting out this driveway. So let's get this uncovered. previously on the channel, I would have struggled a lot with this stuff. So there's only one tool for the job, and it's the new present that we got this week. And it's finally time to get it out.
Ninja!
On a serious note though, thank you so much for this. It's going to help the channel so much. Now let's see what it can do. Best. It doesn't flick anything up and it cuts through it like butter on a hot summer day. Thank you so much. Prickly lettuce right here. One of my worst nemesis. Oh, best part of the job, making friends with the neighbours. Can mow over this little strip without the catcher and leave everything that we chop up as a little layer of mulch. blocks are pretty ugly here, so I want to move them into the sunroom. That way I've got more room here to clean all this up as well. Alright, so a few weeks ago I got myself an edger, and you guys may have noticed that I haven't used it yet. Truth is, I'm a little bit embarrassed because I don't think I know what I'm doing with it, but I figured this abandoned property is probably a good place to practice. To be honest, I feel like you need a particular kind of lawn for these to actually be worth using, otherwise the string trimmer is just as good. Anyway, I've never used one of these before, so this will be fun. I'm scared. Absolutely butchered it going around this bend. I feel like that'll be alright though once you get used to it. Oh, okay, I did alright here. How do people go around corners with these things without hitting the paving? Anyway, I gotta admit, that is pretty fun, and after a bit of getting used to, I think we're gonna have some very crisp edges here on the channel. This is absolutely disgusting, and it smells like absolute rubbish. Someone's just gone and dumped a whole bunch of rubbish here on this property. So I've just had someone walk past and let me know that this used to basically be filled with needles. So that got me a little bit scared. I'm just going to be as careful as I can. To dump just one load of general waste would cost me $125. For reference, I'm paying $35 for green waste. So unfortunately, out of full transparency, it's a little bit unrealistic for me to take this all to the dump. Unless every single one of you happen to subscribe to my channel and I end up with 1 million subscribers by tomorrow. But that's probably not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna put all this on the tarp and drag it out the back and put it behind the shed. That way it's out of sight and out of mind, and hopefully it doesn't attract more people to leave more rubbish here. One of Australia's most dangerous spiders here, so look away if you don't want to see it. Check him out, guys. Oh, it looks like they might have been about to have babies. That might be the male there. I'm not too sure actually, but the males I think are much smaller, and once they, get it on, she is going to eat him. I know, we've got it pretty easy here in the human world. Very nice. Luckily, these haven't taken a life here in Australia since 1956, when the anti-venom was introduced, and there are about 2,000 bites a year recorded, so it's really not that bad here in Australia. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. Anyway, I'm going to keep a close watch on him while I drag this out the back.
isn't even a general waste bin here on the property. Otherwise I'd at least fill that up, but it's amazing this has been here for so long and no one's done anything about it because it absolutely stinks. You could barely walk across this footpath without getting a whiff. Alright, I know it's not really fixed the problem, but it's better than doing nothing. That definitely would have been 2 dump runs for my ute or truck. So that would have been about 240 Australian dollars, which is completely unrealistic for me to do, especially for an abandoned home. Check out this massive agave. These are really cool succulents and there's a lot of varieties. Another name for these is the century plant because, well, I guess it was once thought that they would only flower once every century. Turns out it's closer to every 30 or 40 years or so, but the flowering stage for this plant is its final act. These will spend all of their energy in their dying moments to produce a massive, sometimes 3-meter high stalk, at which point birds can come and pollinate this plant and then they die. There's a word for plants that only flower once. I've just learnt it today. It's called monocarpic. We're probably going to forget that word in 5 minutes, but I thought that was cool. It'd be much cooler if it was standing upright, but I'm just going to leave him where he is. He's already rooted himself into the ground, laying down now. Wow. I love heart made by bees. Isn't that just incredible? I'm pretty sure that's honeycomb. More like heart comb. Well, this thing's not even rooted in the ground. Now, I'm not trying to get this to stand upright because that will just be impossible without any kind of support. But I just want to get this chunk under the ground a bit because it is forming some roots. Alright, in good time, this should establish some roots in the ground. Now this is a very messy rose and someone here has obviously tried to kill it before. You can tell this was once quite a large and established rose, judging by the trunk here. And as you can see, it has a lot of shoots growing from the base here. So if you're at home, you want to get some practice pruning, roses are great because honestly, you can't kill them. But in this case, we don't really have anything to work with. This stem here is very damaged. You can see it's been broken at the bottom here. And this is probably the one that I would have wanted to keep. It's the most central and upwards growing, but he's got to go. So I think we're just going to leave this little thing here and see what happens. This rose, if you give this another couple of years, will re-establish itself. They just need quite a bit of maintenance, that's all. Okay, this one here has also been cut back quite aggressively. But we've got a little bit more to work with in this case, with this one here. So we should be able to leave this nice upwards growing stalk here and just get rid of these sidewards growing ones. As for this shoot here, I can see a node right here that's outwards facing. So I'm going to cut right above that. And then hopefully we get a new shoot coming up here and that'll give it a nice vase shape. And of course, cut off the dead flowers. That should promote new flowers. And then finally, this guy here looks pretty good. Definitely the one that established itself the most after a hard cutback, probably because it's in the best spot. This one doesn't need a whole lot of work, just basically going over it and cutting off the dead flowers and any inwards growing shoots. having these here just screams come inside. So I'm going to move these to the side at least so it's not as bad looking. Well, once again we've got smashed glass everywhere. Really starting to love that edger. It is so good. I'm not going to be too fussy around the side of the house here. I'm just going to sort of clear up what's visible from the street. But I thought I'd show you guys this tree. It's a loquat tree. They make so much fruit. It's just about getting there before the birds do. But they can take up to 10 years to start making fruit. I'm assuming this guy is younger than 10 years old, or we'd probably be seeing some fruit here at this time of the year. In my opinion, they taste a bit similar to a pawpaw or a guava. We're just going to get rid of some of the lower hanging branches. Let's get the Ninja Star out. Hey.
Great job.
That's all right. Oh, look at that. Found some money. Look at that, I found $1. $1.20 actually, straight towards the new truck fund. Another $1. This property is full of cash. This is absolute madness. This path follows the house around, and this guy here, which is a wormwood, has decided to basically just grow all over the place. So I think this is probably going to get a big reset just so we can make access to the path again. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow. It is, what is it? Probably nearly 7 p.m. We've just got to basically work around the side here and open up the path, and then we're done. But we'll come back to that tomorrow because it's getting quite late. All right, today's the last day we've got to get this place finished. So I'm gonna start by clearing all these weeds out here. There's a little bit of umbrella grass in here that I want to try and save. I think these are pretty cool and sometimes grown in pots. And I'm not really sure what's going on here, if this is a paved area or if this is a little garden bed, but we'll find out soon enough. Alright, and then here we've got a very popular houseplant here in Australia called cordyline. Some of them come in a dark red, Others more of a striking green like this one. Just going to clear as much of the grass off of him as I can and make him stand out a little bit more. Oh, looks like there used to be a tree here. Anyway, I'm completely wasting my time here because I'm actually going to be cutting back this wormwood all the way back. So there's no point trying to get rid of all the grass out of it because I'm just going to cut it out. Before I talk about this wormwood plant here, I wanted to mention this guy here. I'm not sure if you can see these strappy leaves here. This guy, or these guys, are called Lomandra. They're native to Australia and they're great plants. Personally though, I have a bit of a vendetta against them. I had a client years ago who had a massive Lomandra, probably about 1 meter by 1 meter, which is probably almost full size. And they actually asked me to remove it. And I thought, have you met Des and Troy? So I basically quoted them for my usual job. And it turns out I was there for hours trying to get rid of this thing. So once they're established, they really don't want to come out the ground. They are indestructible though, so you can cut them right down and they will keep growing and sprouting. I'm going to attempt to get all of this kikuyu out from around them, and then once we've done that, we'll get to the wormwood. All right, I'm just gonna get my edger and I'm just gonna go just to see where this border actually is. I think we're going around a bend here. Okay, this beautiful bluish silver plant is called wormwood. It's absolutely beautiful, it smells beautiful, and this plant is most famously used to make the drink absinthe. This plant can do so much. For starters, as the name suggests, it is extremely efficient at dealing with parasites such as worms. It has saved millions of lives from malaria. You can eat it raw by just picking it and eating it, and it's got a very bitter taste. It is insanely bitter, like really bitter, which I think means it's good for you. It's also a great insecticide and a good companion plant. Just keep in mind that its roots might be toxic to some other plants, so you may want to keep it in a pot. This guy here is in a pot and he's just completely spilled over onto the edge. But yeah, this plant has an unlimited amount of health benefits, so definitely worth looking into. As for the way it's growing, nothing in here is going to be alive. I'm going to cut this right back because I want to expose the edge of the house. So it's going to look absolutely shocking for a while, but the good thing is these plants regenerate from absolutely nothing. You can cut this back to the stump and it will regenerate. Most plants won't do that. So it will live, don't worry. actually going to start growing some of this at home. One thing that nibbling on a couple of leaves is really good for is stimulating your appetite. After nibbling on those leaves 2 minutes ago, I'm starving now. Too thick for the hedge trimmer and too thin for the chainsaw. There's some random metal wire here. Well, it looks like this guy was growing from one of those weed bags. Check this out. Got a beautiful frangipani here. I don't know who would cut it off like that. Check out the beautiful trunk on it, with the lamandras growing next to it. It's a nice feature. But I don't know who would have chosen to cut their frangipani like this in the first place, because these trees are so beautiful. Who doesn't want a frangipani? I've accidentally damaged this bit here, but hopefully this guy gets a lot more sun now and can actually start to grow back into a tree. These guys need a lot of sun, and the flowers range from pink, purple to white, through to yellow, and they are absolutely fascinating flowers. Alright, I think I know what to do with this guy, because I want to give him a full reset. I can see that all of this is coming from this little pot here, as you can see from this angle, and all of this here is actually the walkway of the house, which goes around the side. So I'm just going to get my chainsaw out and see if I can cut it right back at the stump. This won't kill the plant, it will definitely come back, and it will come back bushier than ever. But when you let these guys grow out like this, unfortunately inside the canopy, it will just be full of dead wood. So the only real way to deal with it is with a hard reset, or you just have to stay on top of them and keep pruning them all the time. But yeah, these guys love a big hard prune and they regenerate very easily. Like a trampoline.
Are you a YouTuber?
Yeah.
What's your name?
It's called the Garden Rescue.
How many likes and subscribers do you have?
I have 12,000 subscribers.
Do your kids play here?
Do what?
Do your kids come and play here?
Don't know.
Because there was a police once knocking at us and
Yeah,
they
okay.
said at 12 o'clock at midnight kids come here and play.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's
They're
like
naughty.
screaming, laughing. Teenagers probably. He looks better.
Thank you. Yeah. You need to watch out here.
Yes, it's a weed whacker. Someone got hit by one.
Weed whacker, we call it a whipper sniffer in Australia.
We don't know Australian. All we know is that this song, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, it is. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Help. Oh, where's the mouse? Yeah. Let's go. Alright, I'm just going to go over all of this with the lawnmower real quick, just so it's at least not really a fire hazard. I'm not going to be too pedantic with it though, because we're running out of time, and also someone's just dropped a whole bunch of gravel here. So this driveway I think continues all the way to the shed, but we might have to come back to do that. If that's what you guys want to see, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to knock it down with a lawnmower so it looks a bit more acceptable from the street. It's a bit of a slash and dash, but that's all we got here.
Sorry?
Looks alright?
Yeah, way better than what it was before.
Oh.